Do you know what's scary? Most people will work for 40 years and still never escape the middle class. Not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, but because they're trapped. And the worst part? They don't even know they're in a trap. If you make $50,000, $70,000, even $100,000 a year, this video is for you because staying middle class is not about income. It's about habits, it's about psychology, and it's about invisible rules nobody taught you. Today, I'm going to break down the real reason most people never move beyond the middle class. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with the biggest lie.
The biggest lie the middle class believes is this: if I earn more money, my life will change. Sounds logical, right? More income, more comfort, more freedom. But here's what actually happens. You get a raise, and suddenly you move to a better apartment. You upgrade your car. You finance a newer phone. You start eating out more often. Your income increases, but your expenses increase faster. This is called lifestyle inflation, and it's the silent killer of wealth. The system doesn't trap you. Your upgrades do. Middle-class thinking says, I deserve better now. Wealthy thinking says, I'll upgrade after my assets pay for it. That small difference changes everything. And this leads to the second trap, the salary comfort zone. Here's the second trap, the salary comfort zone. Most middle-class people don't hate their job. They're just comfortable enough to never take financial risks. They earn enough to pay bills, enough to go on one vacation a year, enough to feel stable, but not enough to build real wealth. And that comfort is dangerous. Because when survival pressure disappears, growth pressure disappears too. You stop asking, how can I build assets? How can I increase my income streams? How can I escape dependency on one paycheck? Instead, you focus on promotions, bonuses, overtime. But here's the problem. A salary, no matter how high, is still someone else deciding your worth. And if your income depends on one source, you are not secure. You are exposed. This is why many people earning $80,000 to $120,000 a year still live paycheck to paycheck. Not because they earn too little, but because they built a life that requires their salary to survive. And that leads to the third trap, the consumption identity. Here's the third trap, the consumption identity. Most people don't just buy things. They build their identity around what they buy. The car they drive, the neighborhood they live in, the brands they wear, the vacations they post online. Somewhere along the way, spending became status and saving became boring. The middle class is trained to consume. From childhood, the system teaches, work hard, earn money, reward yourself. But no one teaches, invest first, delay gratification, buy assets before liabilities. So what happens? As income grows, so does lifestyle pressure. You don't upgrade because you need to. You upgrade because everyone around you did. And once your identity is tied to consumption, downgrading feels like failure, even if upgrading is keeping you stuck. And this connects to the fourth trap, debt normalization.
Here's the fourth trap. Debt is normal. Car loan? Normal. Student loan? Normal. Credit card balance? Normal. Buy now, pay later? Normal. Society has made debt feel harmless. But here's the truth. Debt steals your future income. When you finance a car for 5 years, you are committing your future self to payments your present self wanted. And the middle class mindset says, as long as I can afford the monthly payment, I'm fine. But wealthy thinking asks, how much total interest am I losing? Monthly payments hide the real cost. And when most of your income is already committed to EMIs, bills, subscriptions, and lifestyle, you don't have room to invest. You don't have room to take risks. You don't have room to build assets. You're working, but your money is already spoken for. And this leads to the next trap, time illusion. Here's the fifth trap, the time illusion. Middle-class thinking says, I'm still young. I'll start investing later. I'll take it seriously next year. But time is not neutral. Time either builds wealth or it builds regret. Let's say someone invests $500 a month starting at 25, and someone else starts at 35. Same amount, same return. The 25-year-old doesn't just have 10 extra years. They have compounding power. And compounding is unfair. It rewards the early and punishes the delayed. The middle class delays investing because they're waiting to feel ready. But the truth is, you don't feel ready. You start anyway. And while you delay, inflation keeps moving. Opportunities pass. Energy drops. Responsibilities increase. And suddenly you wake up at 40 with a good salary, but no serious assets. And this brings us to the next trap, the safety myth. Here's the sixth trap,
The safety myth. Most middle-class families are raised with one core belief: stability is everything. Get a stable job, stable income, stable life. And stability feels safe. But here's the uncomfortable truth. A single salary is not stability. It's dependency. If your entire lifestyle depends on one employer, one paycheck, one industry, you are not secure. You are exposed. Middle-class thinking avoids risk completely. Wealth builders manage risk strategically. There's a difference. Middle class says, don't start that business, it's risky. Wealth mindset says, how can I reduce risk and test it smartly? Avoiding all risk doesn't protect you, it limits you. And when you combine lifestyle inflation, debt normalization, delayed investing, and risk avoidance, you don't get freedom, you get financial paralysis. And now we reach the most uncomfortable trap of all, the comparison loop. Here's the seventh trap, the comparison loop. Middle-class life is built on comparison. You compare your car to your neighbors, your salary to your coworkers, your house to your relatives, your vacations to Instagram. And comparison creates pressure, not growth. When someone around you upgrades, you feel behind, even if you were financially fine yesterday. This is how lifestyle inflation spreads socially. It's not need-driven, it's ego-driven. And the more you compare, the more you spend to keep up. But here's the irony. The truly wealthy rarely compare lifestyles. They compare assets, they compare equity, they compare ownership. Middle class competes on appearance. Wealth competes on accumulation. And as long as your financial decisions are influenced by what others are doing, you are not building your life. You are reacting to theirs. Now here's the powerful shift. If you want to escape the middle class, you don't need a higher salary first. You need a different operating system. And that's what we'll break down next.
So how do you break out? Not by earning more, but by changing the order of your money decisions. Here's the shift. Middle class formula. Income, spend, save what's left. Wealth formula. Income, invest, spend what's left. That single reversal changes your future. Step 1. Pay yourself first. Before upgrading anything, automate investing, even if it's small, because consistency beats intensity. Step 2. Kill high-interest debt fast, not slowly, not casually, aggressively, because debt blocks asset building. Step 3. Separate identity from spending. Your car is not your status. Your watch is not your worth. Your apartment is not your success. Assets create options. Liabilities create pressure. Step 4. Build income streams slowly. Not overnight. Not gambling, but testing. Skills, side income, equity opportunities. You don't escape middle class by one big move. You escape by small, disciplined, boring decisions repeated for years. And now, let's close this properly.
Here's the truth no one likes to hear. The middle class is not a prison. It's a pattern. And patterns can be broken, but only if you become aware of them. Most people won't. They'll keep upgrading their lifestyle, keep normalizing debt, keep delaying investing, keep comparing. And 20 years from now, they'll wonder where the time went. But you're different, because you're thinking about this now. Escaping the middle class doesn't require a lottery win, a viral business, or a six-figure salary. It requires discipline, delayed gratification, and long-term thinking in a short-term world. The system is not designed to make you wealthy. It's designed to make you comfortable, and comfort is expensive. So the real question isn't, why do most people stay middle class? The real question is, will you? If this changed the way you see money, watch the next video on this channel, because understanding the trap is only the first step to escaping it.